Hi everybody, Andy here with eTrailer.com. Let's take a real quick look at the Shocker HD air receiver hitch with Cushioned Drawbar Mount. Now this heavy duty shock absorbing hitch features an airbag and bump stops, cushioned bump stops that are going to give you a smooth and comfortable ride while limiting chucking and jarring to give you better control of your truck and trailer, helping to extend the life of your truck and trailer by protecting them from unnecessary wear and tear and reducing noise and rattle that's common when towing with standard mounts. Now this will fit into your 2-inch trailer hitch receiver, and this has a gross towing weight of 20,000 pounds and a tongue weight of 2,000 pounds, but of course you do want to remember that a towing setup is always limited by its lowest rated component, whether that be your truck, your hitch, or another component, so just be aware of that. A few other things that I want to point out before getting into our demonstration. This will not fit SUVs, CUVs, or sedans due to limited clearance, and this will not fit a 2.5-inch trailer hitch receiver even with a reducer sleeve, because trucks with the 2.5-inch trailer hitch receiver typically have deeper frames. This does require 5 inches of clearance from the bottom of the receiver tube. And this also requires a minimum of 7 inches of clearance between the center of the hitch pin hole and the rearmost part of your truck. Now the receiver opening should be flush with your bumper or protruding from the rear of your truck for the best fit. And so this is going to hook your trailer to your tow vehicle with this included cushioned drawbar mount. And this drawbar attachment has a 1-inch hole. And let me just give you a brief view of that there. And so that's going to accommodate a variety of towing needs. And the bump stops on the attachment itself are going to help soften that jerking before it reaches your tow vehicle. So this is going to be perfect for towing hay wagons and hydrous tanks and other farm applications. The mount itself, the attachment, is zinc plated to help prevent rust. And I do want to point out that this is not designed to be used with the hitch ball, just so you're aware of that. So let me give you a brief demonstration of how easy this is going to be to get that height adjustment. By the way, this is going to give you a maximum drop of about 4.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the clips here. And the clips are pretty large, so they're going to be relatively easy to get a hold of and adjust. And then if you notice, our pins here also have large rings, so I can fit about up to 4 of my fingers through those rings. They do fold back as well to get out of your way. So let me just go ahead and remove the pins. And so as you can see, it's going to be very easy to get that adjustment that you're looking for. And then these pins slide in and out of those holes very easily, which again, you're not going to be struggling at the back of your truck to get that adjustment that you're looking for. The distance between the vertical adjustment holes on center is right at 1 inch. Let me go ahead and replace this clip before we move on here. And because the clips are larger and we have these oversized rings, you could even keep gloves on during bad weather to get that adjustment. So that's a great benefit that this offers. So in case you don't know, these air hitches from Shocker work much like a teeter-totter with the airbag on one end and your trailer coupler on the other end. And as your trailer exerts force downward, this unit is going to pivot and the airbag is going to absorb that energy. And then when your trailer jerks backward or pushes forward, the 2 cushioned bump stops here at the top are going to reduce the force for a smoother ride. Let's see if my overhead camera can pick that up. So here we have those bump stops. Here's that hole in the center of our platform here as well. So that overhead view gives you a slightly better view there. And this airbag is adjustable. For heavier loads, you're going to add more air. For lighter loads, you're going to let air out. And to determine the correct amount of air to use, you're going to hook your trailer up and then you're going to load your trailer the way that you are planning to tow it. And then you're going to add air here in this Schrader valve until the bump stops here begin to compress. And once they begin to compress, then you should have just the right amount of air in the airbag for your load, and then you'll be ready to go. On the other side here, we do have a Zerk fitting at the pivot point that's going to make lubricating this very easy, and it's going to keep that pivot point running smoothly. And this is constructed of grade 50 steel plate that features a cold rolled steel shank to give you that maximum durability. The platform itself, the frame itself, has also been shot blasted and powder coated to prevent rust. I do like this. It's a relatively upgraded finish that Shocker has been putting on their products. This is like a textured finish. It's, in my opinion, better than the glossier one that they had in the past. So I think it's more durable, I think it's more attractive, and I think it's going to hold up a whole lot better. Let me give you some measurements. The pinhole diameter is 5/8 of an inch, of course. This does include a pin and clip as well, so that's a nice touch. And then the distance from the center of our first hitch pin hole to the center of the drawbar attachment hole is going to be about 13.5 inches. Moving down to the center of the second hitch pin hole is going to be 14.5 inches. So if you decide that this is going to be exactly what you need, after you get it installed, drop us a line, give us a call, send us an email, leave a review, let us know how you're going to be using this, let us know how it's working for you, and we would also love to get some photos from you as well to see your towing setup. Well, that's going to wrap up our look today. I do hope that it was helpful for you. Again, my name is Andy. Thank you for joining me.